Hey everyone. Oh, the Werthers is here too. Welcome back to, I gotta film now. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a very exciting video, my quarterly Bath and Body Works haul, my fall haul, obviously, since it's now fall. First things first, I'm obviously not in my original or usual film setup, but because I have so many products, a lot of which are candles, I don't like being in my small corner of my room. I realize that it's better to just have an open space, so I'm currently in my living room. I apologize if there are any like lighting. I mean, I feel like my lighting's weird there. Let me see if I can fix that. Okay, I feel like that's a little bit better, maybe. I'm sorry, it's just not a super ideal situation. You know what else is not an ideal situation? My hair. I don't know why it's like that. I just knew I threw it up and the right side is completely neglected, so to speak. Please forgive that. Try to ignore it. I know it's a hot mess. Okay, thanks, bye. I obviously wanted to film this video. It's one of my favorites to film ever on my channel. I am a Bath and Body Works junkie, and I like to do my hauls and explain things a little bit to you in terms of how I feel about the performance. And I did get all these items in at least a couple weeks ago, so I have been using these items from anywhere between 2 weeks to like a month and a week. So I have a pretty good idea, and the reason why I wanted to do that was because I thought it would be a more helpful, informative haul if I were to just actually try the things out before I talked about them, so I could rank their performance and talk about you know, how I feel about them genuinely. So if you're curious to see and really excited to dive into these items, I know I am. Don't forget to please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you know when I post, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into it. All right, so I feel like we should start out with the big kahuna. I usually start out with different items, but let's just go ahead and do the damn thing. Let's start out with candles, and let's start with the one that's right in front of me. This is vanilla pumpkin marshmallow. Looks like this. Now I will say performance can vary among batches and packaging and things like that. Like sometimes I'll go on the website and I'll see that some people rave about a certain candle because of the throw, and then other people will say it's terrible, and that really just depends on the batch. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. I feel pretty confident about the performance of these overall, but there are always duds and everything. I just feel like that's just the way that it is. And pretty much everything, you can't catch them all. So this is the vanilla pumpkin marshmallow, and it's got the really simple packaging. I believe there are other packaging varieties for this, but I love the lid. It's like a super cute fall embossed like leaf lid, and this is what the inside looks like. I've burned this about 2 or 3 times, I think, and you can see it's pretty much a quarter of the way through. It burns very evenly, which I super love. You can see the wicks are easy. They don't really flood, which is really nice. And I love this. I love anything marshmallow. It's not as obviously it's not as like smoky as Marshmallow Fireside, but what I love about this is that it does have more of that fall tinge to it because it is pumpkin as well. It's not just like sweet marshmallow. And I just love how simple this packaging is. I think it's a perfect early fall scent because it's not too heavy. It's not super sweet. I would say the throw on this is about a 7 out of 10 just because it is a lighter scent in general. It's not super duper sweet. It's not super duper rich. It's just a really nice, beautiful, great performing candle, and I think it's a great one if you're sensitive to super sweet scents but you still want something that's nice and cozy. Vanilla pumpkin marshmallow, you can't go wrong. Notes in this are Tahitian vanilla, pumpkin spice, homemade marshmallow, drizzled caramel with essential oils, and I love it. I think it's a good one and I would recommend. Next up is one of the prettiest candles ever. This one is Autumn. Now, if you guys recall, I'll link my prior year Bath & Body Works haul below, but I did purchase Autumn last year, the Autumn candle, and I absolutely love the smell, but I had to return it because the throw just was not there at all. Like the wicks were uneven, it was burning poorly, and there was absolutely no throw, which was really, really sad. First of all, the packaging this year is so much nicer. They have a different variety, as I've mentioned. Pretty much for all of these candles, there are at least 2 packaging varieties, but these are the ones that I picked up personally. I love the orange frosted glass. Like, it's just my favorite. And obviously, it's a fox, which the Werthers, it's a fox. So I'm very partial to foxes. Anything foxy I'm into, but anyway, that's a different conversation for another day. This lid is so beautiful. It's like a copper embossed acorn fall lid, kind of like the one on the vanilla pumpkin marshmallow, but obviously this one is a little bit more frosted and it's obviously copper. This, I am happy to say, has a better throw from last year. Like, I can actually smell it. The throw is quite nice. I would say maybe a 6 to 7 out of 10, but the wicks, it still doesn't burn super evenly. Like, you can see it right here. There's still some like wax on the side, and even when I'm burning it, I notice that some of them, like, I have to relight once in a while. So I wouldn't say this is the best performing candle at all in terms of how the wicks pool and how evenly it burns. I mean, you can see obviously right there, the proof is in the pudding, and even from the outside you can see it's a little bit uneven, but you know what, that's okay, because I still like that it has a throw. And I would say it's definitely one that is so calm and nice and perfect for the daytime. It's a perfect embodiment of a crisp, like, fall day. And you might be thinking, like, what's the difference between this and Leaves? Leaves has a little bit more of a cinnamony, cardamom kind of, I don't know how to say it, like, it's a little bit more cinnamony than this candle. This one is a little bit more crisp apple, and then the Leaves candle, which I also have, it's my old one though, that one is a little bit more of a cinnamony apple, but both are beautiful. This one is a little bit more, reminds me a little bit more of like a crisp, sunny fall day. I don't know. The notes in this are bright red gala apple, juicy fig, eucalyptus leaf, and fir balsam. So yes, like, this is just a beautiful crisp apple scent that has a little bit of that balsam, a little bit of that outdoorsy touch, but I think it's so beautiful, and I would recommend this guy as well. Moving on to another one that I feel like is kind of like an underdog. It's definitely not on like the first page of the Bath & Body Works website. This one is Apple Cinnamon Cider. This is just one of like the White Barn branded candles with the packaging. You can see it's just like red glass, very simple. I really like this candle. As you can see, it burns very evenly, which I love. I haven't trimmed the wick since I last burned it, but I love it. The throw on this, I would say, is like a 7 to 8 out of 10. Apple cinnamon is like one of my favorite scents ever. Spiced apple toddy, amazing. And even before I was super into Bath & Body Works, when I would go to like Target or TJ Maxx to like buy my candles, I always bought an apple cinnamon candle. Even the Glade apple cinnamon candle, that was like my very first candle that I fell in love with, and I knew that that scent would be like my favorite forever. So I love this one so much. Like, this just smells like fall. It doesn't smell like winter. It just smells like Thanksgiving, but it smells like the harvest season. It just smells so beautiful and so cozy without it being overwhelmingly sweet. And the notes in this are cinnamon dusted apple, autumn leaves, rich vanilla woods with essential oils. And I have to agree with the rich vanilla woods note, because it's not super duper sweet. Like, it doesn't have like that creamy kind of like artificial sweetness to this candle. It's got more of a outdoorsy, fresh, but cinnamony candle profile, if that makes any sense. Sorry if it doesn't, it probably doesn't, but this is just beautiful apple cinnamon. Like, whatever you envision apple cinnamon to smell like, this candle embodies it, and it's beautiful. I would say compared to spiced apple toddy, I feel like this is a little bit more pure. Like, it's literally just these two notes, apple and cinnamon, are the most prominent. Spiced apple toddy has a little bit more going on, but not like in a bad or worse way. It's just a little bit different. So I would recommend this for the fall season, and maybe spiced apple toddy for obviously fall too, but I would say that's a little bit more wintry in my opinion. All right, moving on to warm apple pie. This one is always sold out online. I did buy this in store because it was sold out online when I tried to buy it. I bought it in store, and it's just beautiful. This one burns pretty fast, which I'm not super happy about, because this is like my favorite one of the bunch, but you can see it's already like a quarter way done, and I've burned this like 3 times, but holy crap, this is so good. I have come to the conclusion that I just love Bath & Body Works pie scents. Like, I love their key lime pie, I loved the cherry pie, like, I love this scent so much. Warm apple pie, it's just amazing. Like, the wax is red, and you can see this one has like the little sticker on top, so it's not like the fanciest packaging, but it's still so nice, and like the lid is super basic, but I don't care, because this is like one of my favorite candles ever. It just smells like an apple pie baking in the oven without it being super duper sweet, and I love that you can always smell that buttery crust flavor in there. Like, it's so edible, but it's so comforting at the same time. Like, it's not something that's overly sweet. Like, you smell the apple as much as you smell the crust and that flakiness and that warm element to it, which I think balances out the candle overall, and I really love it. The notes in this are baked Granny Smith apple, melted brown sugar, flaky homemade crust, and I definitely smell like that melted brown sugar aspect, like so yummy, so good. If you can get your hands on this, definitely do. I would say this is definitely a quintessential like fall scent, like pre-Thanksgiving. I think this is amazing. So get your hands on it if you can. Like, this is my favorite one in the entire bunch. Okay, now we have the one that I was burning last night. This one is called Gather, and keep in mind too, I want to say I tried to purchase new candles that I did not purchase last year. All these candles are ones that I did not purchase last year, well, besides Autumn, which I bought but I didn't really like. But I always like to try new candles every season. Of course, I will go back to my quintessential loves and my go-tos and my favorites, but I like to make it a point to try out new ones because I have a really strong scent memory, and every time I smell something that I've smelled before, it takes me back to that place, which I really like. But at the same time, I like creating new scent memories, if that makes sense to anybody. So I like burning new scents, like different years, just so I can always just tie those scents back to those particular years and those particular memories associated with those years. So that's just my little thing. But anyway, let's just get back to the candles. This one is called Gather, and I love this packaging. I think it's so beautiful. Like, it's just so classic and so rich, and you can see like the lid is plain as well, but it's like that gold copper lid, and this is like a frosted black package. It's so nice. This one is beautiful too. Amazing throw, amazing burn. You can see it burns so evenly. I've burned this about 3 to 4 times at this point, and I love it. It's such a great nighttime scent for me because it's sweeter. And the notes in this are bourbon glazed apples, maple sugar, and creamy vanilla. And it definitely smells like, it smells like not caramel apples, it just smells like glazed apples and vanilla ice cream, like literally exactly what the notes suggest. It's amazing, and the throw on this is an 8 out of 10. Like, it's such a good throw. It's really, really nice. It's not super duper sweet, but you still do get that creamy vanilla element, and I just think it's so comforting. I think this is like a great Thanksgiving scent, like to have on like the Thanksgiving dinner table, or if you're having like a Thanksgiving party and it's nighttime and you want to throw on a nice candle. Like, this is what I would throw on because it's just so sweet and so yummy, but it's not too overpowering or rich, that I think people would still really, really enjoy it. So I would recommend this one as well. 3 more candles, y'all. 3 more candles. Let's talk about the Perfect Autumn. I love this packaging so much. So beautiful, right? Like, oh, they just step up their packaging game every year, and I love it. The burn on this is also super even, which I really love. And this just smells like cranberries and apples. This is like a late autumn candle, I feel like. Whereas I feel like autumn is more of like an early autumn. This one has that cranberry note that definitely makes me lean more towards Thanksgiving, but I'm still burning it now, obviously. And I love it. Some might think the cranberry note is a little bit too overwhelming, but I think it's perfectly balanced with the woodsiness and the apple note of this candle. The notes in this are fresh cranberry, spiced pumpkin, crisp apple, and rich clove. So I think it's amazing, and I have autumn, Perfect Autumn, and leaves, and I don't feel like they're too similar where I can get rid of one. Like, all of them are different and unique and special in their own way, even though they're like quintessential fall, like autumn scents, you know what I mean? Like, it's definitely a balanced candle, but if you don't like cranberry, you likely will not like this. So just keep that in mind, but I think it's amazing and would recommend it. Okay, one that I was not super happy about, and I gotta say, out of all of these that I've purchased and have been trying out, this is the one that I'm not satisfied with, and I'm really, really sad. This is Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin. This is like a classic every year, and this is the first year that I actually purchased the candle. I bought the shower gel last year and loved it, and on cold sniff, like, I really love this candle. It just smells so beautiful and so cinnamony and just perfect, like Halloween fall scent. Like, I love it. It just smells so good. The notes in this are warm cinnamon, fresh ground clove, vanilla cream, and brown sugar. But the throw on this is terrible. Like, I can't smell it at all. I did purchase this online, and I don't know if it was just my batch. I mean, it had to have been my batch because I've been seeing like so many good reviews of people that rave about this candle. But for me, like, it just fell short. And again, like, I love the way it smells in the jar, but it doesn't throw at all. Like, I can't even smell it. Even if I get up close, like, I can't smell it, and it's really unfortunate because I think it's such a delicious quintessential fall scent. But maybe I'll go and try to pick up another one or something else because yeah, I need my pumpkin cinnamon life in my life. You know what I mean? All right, let's end the candle portion on a happy note. This is Fall Farmhouse, and this is one that I was actually pretty hesitant on buying. I had seen so many good reviews on this candle online, and I was just kind of like, you know, like, it doesn't really sound like anything I would love, but I think the packaging on this is so freaking beautiful. You can see the lid is truly just like, it's like that embossed kind of situation, and this is so good. I was burning it this morning. First of all, such an even burn. Good job, Bath & Body Works. Freaking amazing. The performance is so nice. The throw is like a 7 to 8 out of 10. It truly just smells like a fall farmhouse, which kind of when I was in store buying it, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit apprehensive because I was like, oh, is it too woodsy? Is it a little bit too heavy for me? Because I typically like lighter scents. I really like cranberry woods or, you know, autumn woods or mahogany, teak wood. Like I don't really like super woodsy, deep masculine leaning cologne-y scents. Like even vanilla birch is a little bit too much for me. But I'm so pleased with this candle and I'm so pleasantly surprised, and I love how much I love this. The notes in this are spiced pumpkin, forest pine branch, and fresh fall air, and truly all of those things. Like it's not super duper woodsy. You just feel like you're outside on an overcast day, like in rural like West Virginia or something, like where there are just leaves everywhere and you're outside. You're just in the wilderness, but you're basking in like the autumn air and it's so crisp and fresh. Like this is exactly what I picture that environment to smell like, and I love it. I love the place that this takes me, and I highly recommend it. So definitely check out Fall Farmhouse. If you're a little bit apprehensive about it, I get it, but I totally think you'll love it. Okay, so that was it for my candles. And now I have like the other half of my stuff to go through. I'm sorry this video was so long. But speaking of candles, I had to. Oh my God. I love my candle holder, my tree stump candle holder, which you guys have seen in the back of my videos. But for fall, they have this one, which obviously it's fox season. It's an elevated pedestal, and I love this because of the color. It's so beautiful and gold and sparkly, but also because it is like the tree stump pedestal, you can still display it and see. It's a good example. You can still display it and see the package. I mean, it covers the head, kind of covers it, but you can still see around it, which I love. Some of their other candle holders are super beautiful, but I just wouldn't buy them because I like to buy Bath & Body Works candles partially for the packaging. And so if I stick it in a candle holder where I can't see anything, it kind of defeats the purpose for me, you know what I mean? So I love this so much, and obviously I had to get it because it's a fox. I know, it's like Werther season, and the Werther's is a fox, so obviously I had to get it, but I'm very excited and I do not regret it. I think it's so beautiful. Even my friend came over yesterday and she was like, wow, like I love it. It was like the first thing she noticed. She was like, oh my God, it looks so good. And I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you, Bath & Body Works, for coming out with something for the season that speaks to my heart and my soul. You guys rock. Okay, moving on to other things. Let's talk about hand soaps, shall we? I got 2 hand soaps for the season. You guys know I have to have one at my kitchen sink and then one at my bathroom sink. And then my philosophy is that my kitchen sink one, typically I like the exfoliating formulas and I like a cleaner, crisper scent. And then my bathroom formulas, I like having one of the Creamy Luxe nourishing formulas and then something a little bit sweeter. I've been using this for over a month now. I mean, you can totally tell, right? It's like halfway done, but I love this hand soap so freaking much. It's the Crisp Morning Air Deep Cleansing Hand Soap. I keep this right behind me on my kitchen sink. I love the packaging. Obviously it has a fox on it, so I had to buy it, but I'm really pleasantly surprised with this hand soap because I'm not a big fan of the Crisp Morning Air candle or the Scentportable. It's a little bit too masculine, again, like a little bit too woodsy for me. This smells so freaking fresh, like truly Crisp Morning Air. Fresh pine, juniper, and juicy pear. Like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes they switch up their scents, or because it's a little bit different from item to item. Like, I don't know, but I'm not complaining at all because I absolutely love this scent. They did such a good job, and I'm so happy that this is the route they chose for the hand soap. 10 out of 10, so good. And then my bathroom hand soap is a little bit newer to me. As you can see, I'm only right here. This one is apples and brown sugar. This is the creamy luxe formula. I love this packaging, it's so nice. This one is so good. Like, and also a difference between some of the hand soaps is that with the packaging, sometimes when you shoot it out, it's a little bit different. Like when you pump this, you kind of have to like get a little bit more. It doesn't come out right away. Whereas this one, you pump it once and like it kind of shoots out in one full swoop. So you're good to go after that. But anyway, I love this packaging. I love the formula and I love the scent of this. It truly just smells kind of like a hand soap version of the warm apple pie. This one is so nice. The notes in this are baked apples, brown sugar, and flaky pie crust. So beautiful. My hands always feel super soft after I use this, and I love that with these hand soaps the scents just linger on your hands, but not in a disgusting, overwhelming way. Like they just stay on your hands. Your hands stay smelling really good. And I got these both on sale for $3 because Bath & Body Works will do their $2.95 hand soap sale every now and then. So make sure you're just like, I don't know, subscribe to their emails, whatever. That's how I get notified of their sales, besides like social media. But every morning when I check my inbox, like I always see what sales are up for the day. So yes, love them. Let's talk about body care. I got 2 body care items. Let's talk about Bonfire Bash. This is Shea and Vitamin E shower gel. This is one that's like pretty standard, like it's their standard shower gel formula, and they had this set last year. This is what the packaging looks like, just really nice. And I'm not gonna lie, like I wasn't super excited about this one. I have a little bit of apple champagne and honey or whatever. I still have a little bit left of that from last year, so I'm trying to finish that. So I wanted something a little bit more sweet and a little bit richer and a little bit cozier, and I love this. This is gonna be so nice when it gets actually super cold here in Vegas, for those nights, especially since it's getting darker earlier. This smells like, it's gourmand, but it's not too gourmand. It's got a smoky element to it, but I don't want that to scare you. It's just really, really nice and cozy. Like cozy is the only way I can describe it. And the notes in this are, well, actually the description. It says, a crackling campfire, cozy flannels all around. Marshmallows toasting to gooey perfection. Our classic bonfire bash is in full swing and you're invited. The notes in this are vanilla bourbon, creamy sandalwood, and cashmere musk. And I absolutely love this. It's just so yummy and so comforting, and I highly recommend it if you're someone who likes that kind of scent. Now, another one that I super love, this is Toasted Praline and Pear. This is the 24-hour moisture ultra shea body cream. You guys know, if you've been watching my Bath & Body Works videos, that I prefer the body creams to the body lotions. I just think they're more hydrating. Formula itself is a little bit richer, so I feel like my skin just stays like, my legs right now are super duper soft, and I have not put on lotion or anything since when I showered last night. So it's gotta tell you something. I love the packaging on this. Like this is textured right here. Isn't that amazing? Look, it's so pretty. I don't know, I love it. The packaging always gets to me. Like, that's why I love Bath & Body Works. The notes in this are poached pear, toasted praline, graham cracker, and tonka bean. Yes, 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 and yes. All of those notes, I mean, it's so stupid, but all of those notes are equally balanced in this candle. It's sweet, but again, that graham cracker note balances it out to make it seem like rich and buttery and warm, as opposed to just being like overly too sweet. So if you're someone who is a fan of like graham crackery scents, but you also like a fruity element, but also like some creaminess into it, this is so good and I highly recommend it. And this is super potent. Like after you put this on your body, you will stay smelling it on your clothes, on your furniture, wherever you go after you put it on. It's so good, and I think it's totally worth the money. All right, so I got a couple Scentportables, one of which is in my car. I'm currently using the Leaves Scentportable in my car, and I also got the Pumpkin Apple Scentportable. Pumpkin Apple is a Scentportable I got last year in addition to the candle, and I absolutely loved that Scentportable so much. Every time you would open up my car, it just instantly smell, and it stayed smelling that way for 3 months. Some of their Scentportables don't last a long time, like watermelon lemonade I had, only lasted like a month. I had like lavender and sandalwood, I believe that was one, only lasted like a month or two. This one I hope will last the same way it lasted last year, like 3 months or so, and it's just a quintessential fall scent. So I'm definitely excited to put this in my car after Leaves. And every time someone comes into my car with Leaves, they're like, oh my god, your car smells so good, I love the way it smells. My friend was in my car the other day and she was like, oh my god, it smells so good, and she also kind of recently had gotten a new car. So I told her, I was like, hey, like, it's the Leaf Scentportable. Like, you gotta go and get it from Bath & Body Works. And so I feel like I was just like spreading the word. It's really, really good. Alrighty, and last but not least, I purchased the Autumn Concentrated Room Spray. Looks like this, just one of their standard sprays. And this is probably my favorite room spray that I own. Granted, I only own two. I own 'Tis the Season, and I own, what's the other one I own? Eucalyptus and Spearmint, the stress relief one. This, because autumn in and of itself is like such a fresh scent, like these smell the same. Obviously this is more potent because it's a spray. This just makes my apartment smell like autumn. Like, and it's obviously stupid, like obviously it smells like autumn, it's called autumn, but like, no, this is freaking amazing. It's so crisp, and because it's got like that bright red gala apple note, like it just smells so nice and so fresh. Like it really just brightens up any room. And I try not to spray this unless I super have to, like if I, you know, like if a guest's coming over and I just want to freshen up really quickly, I don't want to like put on a candle, I'll just spray this. And one pump is super potent. Like that's what I love about this, is that you can go overboard pretty quickly. Like, because when I first got a room spray ever, like I sprayed like twice and then it permeated throughout the entire place, and it was just like too much. Almost like I had to open the windows and open the door and everything like that. This is a concentrated room spray, so you're gonna want to be sure not to do too much because you can go overboard with it. But I think it's so good. If you're gonna pick up one for the season, I think getting a fresher scent is definitely the way to go, and autumn is your girl right here. All right, everyone, and that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed my Bath & Body Works haul for the fall season. Definitely, please let me know what you purchased for fall. Like, let me know like all the candles, hand soaps, body care, Scentportable, anything that you purchased, what you think of the products I purchased, because again, some of these have varying performances from consumer to consumer. So definitely let me know. I love hearing from you guys on these videos. I just think it's really fun, and I love connecting with you on candles because it's like my favorite thing ever. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Mwah! Bye.